guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Paula and every Monday and Thursday on this platform we discuss about designer fashion, luxury and lifestyle, but in a more practical and sensible way. I think I have been going through some of my most used and favorites of 2021 and I was thinking I would kind of make a video of the best and worst designer purchases of 2021. But I felt that would be a lot of repetition to the videos I have already made. Plus, I think like the best designer purchase, hello, this probably doesn't need that much more airtime on my channel compared to other stuff. So I thought I would just focus on the worst purchases of 2021. This was also a chance for me to get critical with my purchases. No regrets. We'll see how it goes when we go through the items that I feel are the worst purchases. Not really, no regrets. But there is still, if I truly want to be like sensible and practical with this passion and hobby of mine, it's good to really evaluate how I spent my money and were there some that I maybe could have left unbought. The items, there are 4 items in total that I'm gonna share as the worst purchases of 2021, and I will explain why on each item because I think the reason is different on each item. That I have here are from 2 brands, and I think we could start with Givenchy. These sneakers that I got maybe in the springtime, and these are the very classic Givenchy sneakers where you just kind of put your feet into there. Mine are in the size 41. And if you have been looking at some of my shoe videos, you know that I'm usually 41 to 42, depends on, well, everything. But especially with like designer shoes, I usually go to the size 42. But these are 41 because these are from the men's line. Just if you might be curious, these are dirty. I have been using them. So the reason why these are one of my worst purchases is not that I wouldn't have used them. So I have, but I don't think I have used them enough. And these are really heavy, by the way, which might have something to do with the fact that I did prefer quite many of my other sneakers, especially my Golden Goose ones, which were actually my most used designer shoes of last year, if you watched the video, and that was revealed there. So I'm a sneaker person, I wear sneakers. I would say like 80% of the whole year I wear sneakers. I wear them to work. I feel this is a bit flashy to work, so I preferred my Golden Goose. They are a bit more like toned down. But I do have also time after work, so why didn't I use these then? They are comfortable. I've never gotten a single blister out of these shoes. They are leather lined inside out. This is obviously rubber, the sole is rubber, but they are comfortable. They're easy to put on the feet. You just kind of slide it in, all good. But these are very heavy. They are very heavy shoes, and my lifestyle has a lot of walking. I live so close to the city center that I can walk there. I can walk to work. I prefer walking in general with going to places. We don't have a car. Of course, there is public transportation, but as I live very in a good location, walking is the thing. So after a couple of hours, they are heavy. So like, I understand that, I mean, when I bought these, I realized it would be flashy with the branding, and I knew I wouldn't take these to work because I just don't want to have all logos there. So why didn't I really reach for them that much on my free time? I don't know, because my Golden Goose ones, I mean, these are new, so I would have assumed I would have preferred new over old, plus the Golden Goose I used to work. So I have used these. I feel like I still haven't reached for them enough. So are they in the worst category because they are not in the best category? That is something that I could ask from myself, but like everything can't be best or worst. So is there a middle ground? Is there? I don't know. But for some reason, like I like these shoes, but I'm not in love with them. And I sometimes think that, because I bought these pre-owned, and the one who had these before me had used them maybe 2 times. They were white, they like the sole showed that they had been worn somewhere, but they looked like brand new. They looked good. And I didn't really pay that much for these shoes, because when shoes in the secondhand market, they don't really hold their value at all. So now when they look like this, I'm like, if I would sell them, it's not really even worth it. So yeah, I think these are the first, let's say, worst purchase. Do I regret buying them? No, but I could have really made it without them. All the 3 items still left to mention are from Louis Vuitton. And the first item that have landed into this category is my Louis Vuitton shawl. I think this is the Shine shawl in the color grayish, if I'm not mistaken. I bought this in the autumn, I think. Or spring. Oh boy, let's not go that's not an interesting detail. The reason why I bought it is that I have a lovely, beautiful dark blue Louis Vuitton shawl, which I love it. So I thought I would definitely love a second shawl in my collection. And I do. I love it. There are like some issues with it. This shows the Louis Vuitton monogramming very clearly. The blue one does as well, but this kind of jumps out of this. For the same reason as it was with the Givenchy Sneakers, I would not wear this to work, because this is a bit too logo-y to my taste in work. So I haven't worn this daily. This has been spending a lot of time in my scarf drawer. Maybe we could call it that. And when I have wanted to have a Louis Vuitton scarf, I have reached for the blue one. And I think the issue or the problem, is this really a problem? I think what has kind of helped me go into that phase is that the scarf I have on a daily basis is an Hermes scarf, which is not the same color as the Louis Vuitton scarf, but they are quite similar. So when I want to wear something from Louis Vuitton, when I'm okay with it showing a bit logo, I want to go to the blue one because it's different color. And here is probably the dilemma. I love this kind of grayish colorway, so I thought I would absolutely love it in this one as well. But now it is too similar. So I guess it has landed to the worst list because I bought something that I have, something too similar already, and this doesn't really get the attention that it would deserve. Sad, but I still think it is beautiful, it is gorgeous, but I maybe should have seen this coming. Third on my list, I have my Kirigami. And this definitely is not on the list for the same reason as the shoes and the scarf. This I do use. I have it in my work bag. I use it every time I go to work. It is wonderful, and I have it in the same function I thought, or I'm using it in the same function I bought it for. All good there, right? The reason why this is in the worst purchase is that I bought the whole set of Kirigami. This is only the largest pouch, but I bought all 3 of them, and after maybe a week of owning them, I sold them because I didn't have any purpose. I have made a video of introducing all the pouches and showing what fits, etc. And in that video, I just come to the realization that I have already items that are the same, that the pouches, the same sized as the pouches, and they would be for the same purpose, that I already have some items. So I had like no need for them, which means that I purchased the Kirigami set with 3 pouches and I sold 2 like this and kept only 1. So isn't that really considered a bad purchase? Kind of. Because as I mentioned in the Kirigami videos, I don't know if it was the unboxing or then the actual kind of review, but I wanted the largest size. That was kind of what I had my eyes on all the time from the beginning. And I had a purpose for this one. I had kind of figured it out. I knew what I wanted to do with this. And I was contemplating on purchasing only this from the pre-owned market because these are currently sold also separately. And then I would get only this one. But then opportunity came and the whole set was available online. So I purchased it thinking that I will now get the large one and maybe the small ones I will get some use for them. And turns out I didn't. So now they are already long gone. I still have this, I love it, but as a purchase, it was not really a good one, was it? I have been saving the best or worst for last, I think. This is worst for me. This is on the worst list. Because, yeah, I will just show it and then we can discuss. It is my Louis Vuitton LockMe II BB bag. And hear me out. I don't regret buying this bag. I do love this bag. This is my first leather Louis Vuitton. It's a classic shape, and it is so beautiful. It fits a good amount of stuff and all of that. But the thing is that I did have one bag on my mind. It has been there for a couple of years, and it is the Dior 30 Montaigne bag, especially the black one with gold hardware. And it wasn't really intentional when I bought the bag. I wasn't thinking I was gonna replace that wishlist item with this one. But now that I have owned the bag and I have worn this, I have realized that it is quite similar. The functionality is quite similar. Look is quite similar. It's not the same, I know that, but it's quite similar. And I find myself dreaming of that Dior bag. And now I have been dreaming of that bag for a long time. And now when I have this one, every time when I look at it, I'm like, I could just like let this one go and use the money to fund for that bag. And then I'm thinking like, why? How am I thinking that this this is quite new bag, and I really love it, or maybe like would be better, because obviously I have these thoughts. And there is nothing wrong with this bag, but maybe I was just kind of unintentionally trying to trick myself to buying a similar bag, hoping that I would forget about the more expensive bag. And it truly is expensive. That's the reason why I cannot buy it. It's still too expensive. It is too expensive in the pre-owned market. Like, it's just way beyond what I am willing to put on a bag today, or last year in general. So I was like, I want to get the bag, but I know that it might be some years before I'm actually there, because I feel like I need to wait for it to go down in price in the pre-owned market still a bit more, because that's what happens with Dior bags. And I think that this bag is kind of getting now that hesitation in a way, that there is nothing wrong with this. I love wearing it. It is beautiful, stunning, but it is not the bag I want. And like, why am I even having these thoughts? As I just said, it's gonna be years before I'm actually able to purchase it, and I have this one now. Why can't I just enjoy it and think about that whenever I am there? Plus, they are not the same bag. But I can't get it out of my head that now that I have this kind of bag, black flap bag, that I would prefer the Dior one. Am I crazy? I feel really bad actually having this on my worst list, because I was, and I still am, very excited of having this bag. But I think this is one of those moments, like watching these luxury designer videos where people share their wisdom. I've heard it so many times that do not try to replace a dream bag with something similar. Just like suck it up, save, and get the bag you want, because you can't get the bag you want out of your mind, even if you would buy something similar. And even though I didn't intentionally try to get something similar, that's what I'm seeing, that's what I'm thinking with this one. So I don't know into which category to put this bag. It's a good purchase for 2021. Is it a bad purchase like in a long run, because I'm already having these somewhat hesitations of that I want another bag instead of this one, and I'm not that rich, unfortunately, that I could just buy and get every bag I like. I think it's good, it kind of keeps me grounded, but in these moments, I don't think I have that much extra money that I actually could afford to have a lot of two similar bags, if you know what I mean. And because I have been dreaming of this Dior bag for so many years, I kind of feel that if I would have both of them, I would prefer the Dior one over this one. I think the purpose for me that they would be quite similar. And now I'm just traveling on and on and on. I'm really sorry about that. I just caught myself thinking of everything. But yeah, that is the reason why this beauty is kind of on the worst purchase list, because of my messed up mind. That was it. Those were the four worst purchases of 2021. I feel that there was 4 too many. I really wouldn't want to make these type of videos, because it kind of makes me sad in a way that it is my money I'm spending, and I'm actually even having a list of worst purchases. That's not a good thing. But at the same time, there are things that I just couldn't have known before I got them. And I would say like there are no regrets in a bigger picture. But yeah, no regrets. I think we should end it there. No regrets. I stand behind my choices. There was a reason why I bought them in the first place. And that is all. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye.